People get freaked out because they thought they had insurance and now the insurance company is telling them they don't have enough insurance. We know you have insurance, but the real question is, what is your limit? What is your balance? That is, how much money do you have available in the event of an accident? Paying your premiums on time doesn't mean you will avoid financial consequences in the event of an accident. Since insurance is a contract, you need to understand at least the basic terms of this contract. Ideally, you should understand them before, not after, a car crash. Today, I have a question for you. What is your limit? But don't worry, I am not talking about your credit card limit because I am not trying to sell you anything. Today, we will discuss how to choose the right car insurance limit in Illinois and what to expect when you don't have adequate coverage. Ready? Let's get started. My name is Grzegorz Czubernat and I am a personal injury and accident attorney in the state of Illinois. My job is to help individuals who have been injured in accidents to secure fair compensation for their injuries. If you have suffered personal injuries and need legal help, contact me and I will help you understand your rights and fight for what you deserve. While I do not sell insurance, I speak from my experience as a personal injury lawyer dealing with insurance matters. Our services are mainly directed towards those who have been injured and have become victims of an accident. However, sometimes we work with those who may be responsible for the accident and need professional help to understand potential outcomes. Insurance can be compared to a bank account. Most of us have one, but that's not important. The fact that you have an account doesn't tell us much. What's important is how much you have in that account. Your balance is what matters. If you have $100 in your bank account and you need to withdraw $100,000, well, it's not going to work. The same goes for insurance. We know you have insurance, but the real question is, what is your limit? What is your balance? That is, how much money do you have available in the event of an accident? I hear from people who were involved in an accident a few months ago and have received a letter from their own insurance company. The letter informs them that according to the claim investigation, their claim may exceed the available policy limits and advises them to consult with an attorney. People get freaked out because they thought they had insurance and now the insurance company is telling them they don't have enough insurance. For many, this is the first time they are learning about the concept of policy limits. At the time when you're watching this video, do you know how much coverage you have in the event of a car accident? Let's start with the basics, the definition of insurance. Insurance is essentially a contract between you and the insurance company. It outlines the terms of coverage in case of various incidents, including car accidents. But don't be mistaken, insurance is not an immunity and it doesn't make you untouchable. Paying your premiums on time doesn't mean you will avoid financial consequences in the event of an accident. You're still responsible for your actions behind the wheel. Insurance only covers up to your policy limits and doesn't protect you from legal trouble or liability beyond that. It's not a get out of jail free card. It's important to work with a reputable insurance agent, preferably someone you can meet locally. If you chose your insurance policy online by yourself, be prepared to find answers to your questions online as well if an accident happens. Personally, I prefer knowing the name of the person I need to call after an accident rather than just having a website address to visit. A reputable agent will help you complete the application accurately to ensure there are no omissions or misrepresentations. Having a contact person isn't just for after an accident. It's also crucial when you need to quickly confirm coverage for specific situations, such as letting a visiting relative drive your car or renting a car from a rental company. These scenarios highlight the value of having a trusted agent who can provide clarity and guidance before the issues arise. For example, if you buy a car for business purposes and register it under a corporation, but try to insure it under your name as the owner, even though your name isn't on the car's title, it's crucial to ask your agent if you can insure a car you don't technically own. This is because the corporation is a separate legal entity, and if it gets sued after a car crash, you want to ensure it has a policy to rely on. Understanding how to properly insure your vehicle in such scenarios can prevent a lot of headaches later. Additionally, check your policy to see if all drivers must be listed on the policy for the coverage to apply. This is a common area of confusion, especially for parents who might assume they don't need to add their newly licensed teenager to the insurance policy. Insurance companies may have different requirements, so it's essential to verify with your agent whether additional drivers need to be included on your policy. Insurance companies may cover minor collisions without hesitation, but that doesn't mean they will do the same for a serious accident involving an undisclosed driver. When large sums of money are involved, what you disclosed or omitted in your insurance application may be thoroughly scrutinized. It's better to make sure everything is accurate from the start. Educating yourself on these details ensures you're adequately covered and helps avoid any unexpected surprises down the road. If you're unsure about your policy's terms, or if your insurance agent tells you something that seems off, it's a good idea to ask precisely where you can double-check that information in your insurance policy. It's always best to verify the language of the actual policy, as it ultimately governs your professional relationship with the insurance company. Since insurance is a contract, you need to understand at least the basic terms of this contract. Ideally, you should understand them before, not after, a car crash. I get asked if we will be suing the insurance company of the driver responsible for the crash. But wait a second. It wasn't the insurance company that drove the car that hit you, right? And the same question gets asked by the at-fault driver. Why is the injured party suing me personally and not my insurance company if I was insured at the time of the crash? Well, as we've discussed, insurance is not an immunity. You are responsible for your actions on the road, and being insured only gives you access to the coverage and limits available on your policy. This is just one example of the many misconceptions in the world of car collisions and personal injury litigation. I hear from drivers who are shocked when their insurance company doesn't renew their policy. Many find it surprising that insurance companies can drop them from coverage. However, insurance is a contract between you and a private company, and unless specified otherwise, both parties are free to act as they see fit. It can be surprising to learn that insurance companies not only have the freedom to drop you from coverage, but can also take legal action against their own clients. This concept may seem strange for most people, but we will delve deeper into this topic in our next episode. We've covered the basics of the car insurance and some common misconceptions. In our next episode, we will dive deeper into the individual parts of a car insurance policy, including what happens when you don't have enough coverage, and explore uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage in the state of Illinois. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with me until the end. If you want to listen to my podcast on other platforms, please remember that our podcast is now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. See you next week.